Peace. Tantralist one. And just want to make a video on why people love and hate Black Americans. It's a couple of reasons and a couple of things that I observe about my own people, and the same things what I hear other people say about us. So I'm gonna go with the reason why they love us. The reason why they love Black Americans because Black Americans is basically the culture for this country. All the music came from Black Americans, all the sports, all the entertainment. I ain't gonna say the acting entertainment, but as far as the real entertainers, you know what I'm saying, all that came from Black Americans. All of the most of the major inventions came from Black Americans. All of the culture in this country came from Black Americans too. So when I say culture, I ain't gonna say all of it, but I'm gonna say most of the culture in this country was influenced by Black Americans. Even though Black Americans didn't create Gucci and Fendi and all these labels that we make rich, or we make these certain brands famous or whatever, we are the ones that set the mark in this country for everything. So I seen kids, like, I mean, that wasn't even street kids or wasn't rappers wearing like clothing like how the rappers wear, like, you know, how they started wearing the Gucci belts and all these different designer belts. I seen other kids wearing shit like that wasn't even hood or nothing. I'm like, where did they get that from? They got it from these Negroes. The hats to the back, fitted hats, and sneakers, and all that shit came from us. Yeah, other people came here and probably overdid it because a lot of these Dominicans, they are very materialistic and they try to come here and basically wear the Jordans and overdo it with the Nikes and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They try too hard to go with our culture, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, these are certain reasons why they love us. You know what I'm saying? They love us because of our attitude too in this country, that we are not, they know our attitude is like no other person in this country. We don't act the same, even on jobs. You know what I'm saying? They know like really not to fuck with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Either you got a black person who is extremely nice, or you got a black person who won't let you know, or could go from 0 to 60 and let you know exactly like how he or she feels. Um, so let me just a couple of reasons right there. Now the reasons why they hate us because of a lot of propaganda that's set. What is the propaganda that's set? The propaganda of us being the gang culture, and we drug dealers, and you know, the rap culture, which painted a bad influence on us. Also, a lot of these immigrants, when they come here, they think that we don't take full advantage of this country, but they don't understand why we don't take full advantage of this country is because we basically, a lot of us that do, either you sell out or you have a problem, like, you know what I'm saying, like even me, you know, I got college degrees and everything, but certain jobs I just won't work because I don't want to be around certain people. You understand what I'm saying? I don't mind being around all different cultures, but certain people, I'm not trying to fake it to make it to be around them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what a lot, you know, you have blacks that do that, but then you have a lot of blacks who just say, fuck it, I'd rather just work this bullshit job or whatever. And that's the reason why a lot of people haven't really excelled. And also a reason why a lot of people excel because a lot of us didn't know that what opportunity we had. You know, these immigrants, they come over here, they get every opportunity. They get that shit like, they basically get like seminars and like PowerPoints of all the things they can do and they could take advantage of in this country. We don't get that. You know, like I said, 20 years ago, everyone wasn't going to college. Now everybody going to college. 20 years ago, every black man didn't have a high school diploma. You understand what I'm saying? Now everybody, that was a standard. Oh, you had to have a high school diploma. So a lot of these things is what people look at us down on. These people, these Africans come here, they look and say, well, oh, African Americans don't want to work. They don't want to take advantage of the situation they got here. I said it's easy for you to say because you came here. You came here from wherever poverty-stricken country you came from, and you instantly had opportunities. When we instantly wanted opportunities, the opportunity wasn't given to us. They gave us negative opportunities like drugs, just rap music, and like I said, and all that shit is what destroyed us. All that shit was counterproductive. Anything these immigrants do when they come here, if they don't get on drugs or they don't go to jail, is productive to their people. You understand? Now, like I said, these same when we had the opportunity, had we not had to make an economical, well, I'm not gonna say economical. Sorry, still my verb, but economics out of being drug dealers and drug and thug culture. You understand what I'm saying? We made an economics out of that. You know what I'm saying? As well as the economics out of the entertainment, the sports entertainment, the music entertainment, you know what I'm saying, the fashion entertainment, everything. All of that culture in North America comes from us. But like I said, the reason they hate us because they feel like we didn't achieve. Like a lot of blacks come here and they say, "Damn, I can do that, and you haven't done that yet." Oh well, what's wrong with you? Because you don't realize the people who provide you these opportunities is some of the same people who used to hang us from trees. So they don't understand that. They think you're supposed to just say, all right, well, fuck it. Go ahead and just make your life better and just work or whatever. Some of us still got a lot of pain as to where we don't want to do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making excuses up for the people who doing bad, but listen, what is really doing bad? As long as you got food, fire, water, shelter, you doing okay. It's a certain limit. If you want to exalt all your energy and work 16-hour day shifts or whatever to come over here and pay taxes to this white man or whatever, then you can do that all day long. You understand what I'm saying? But for a lot of us don't want to do all that. And it's not because of we lazy and nothing. It's because we wasn't provided opportunities when we really wanted it. For some of us, they always had opportunities. You always know the bougie African Americans who family always went to school and all this other shit. So, like I said, these are reasons. These are just some of the reasons why a lot of these people love and hate us. You know what I'm saying? They love the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we outspoken. The fact that we more masculine. Because remember, like I said, well, now we're not more masculine. Now we're more feminine. When I was coming up, black men was masculine. Back in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, you had more masculine black men. Even when they show a black man, the just the thought that he might have been like some type of tough rapper or that's masculinity. You understand what I'm saying? Now the femininity is these gay rappers and these rappers out here who just be wearing anything or wearing these blouses and shit like that. But I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but these are just some of the reasons why people love and hate black Americans around the world. They love your culture, but they hate the fact that your culture is gang related and drug dealing and thug culture and lack of education for some of us. But like I said, there's a lot of good things we have done. Most of the things we have done in this country precedes us until this very day. You understand? The inventions of the automobile, even though some people think Henry Ford invented the automobile, I think C.R. Patterson created it because they created it at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? And it was created at the same time. So how did was he getting notes from this white man? We know that white people ain't giving no black person no hand or no invention. So how did he make the car the same time as him? So he bit off the white guy? No, the white guy bit off of him like always. You understand what I'm saying? All these inventions, like I said, it's a lot of things that people when they come to this country don't know. But for a lot of the ones that hate us, they hate us out of ignorance because they didn't really do the proper research on the people who've been here in this country the longest. That when you want to do the proper research on these people and why these people is in the situation they in. You understand? So like I said, them just some of the reasons. If you come, I mean, I'm quite sure we can come up with 1,000 more reasons, but them are just some of the reasons I wanted to touch on. With that being said, y'all have a good one. All right, I'm out. Peace.